She never slows down. She doesn't know why, but she knows that when she's all alone, feels like it's all coming down. She won't turn around. The shadows are long and she fears if she cries that first tear, the tears will not stop raining down. So stand in the rain, stand your ground, stand up when it's all crashing down. You stand through the pain, you won't drown, and one day what's lost can be found. You stand in the rain. She won't make a sound, alone in this fight with herself and the fears whispering. If she stands, she'll fall down. She wants to be found. The only way out is through everything she's running from. Wants to give up and lie down. So stand in the rain, stand your ground, stand up when it's all crashing down. You stand through the pain, you won't drown, and one day what's lost can be found. You stand in the rain. So stand in the rain, stand your ground, stand up when it's all crashing down. Stand through the pain, you won't drown, and one day what's lost can be found. So stand in the rain, stand your ground, stand up when it's all crashing down. You stand through the pain, you won't drown, and one day what's lost can be found. You stand in the rain.
Father Zeus was by no means an attentive parent. He had so many children in so many different circumstances he could scarcely keep them all in mind. However, he was not permitted to forget Leto's children. They were too beautiful, and beauty was the quality he found most attractive. As he looked down from Olympus, their faces seemed to blaze from among all the other children on earth. It seemed to him that they cast their own light, these twins, each one different, Apollo a ruddy light, Artemis a silver light, and he knew that they were the true godlings and must be brought to Olympus. He sent for them on the third birthday. He had Hephaestus make Apollo a golden belt and a quiver of golden arrows that can never be emptied, and a golden chariot drawn by golden ponies. But he withheld Artemis' gift. He preferred her and wanted her to ask him for things. He took her on his lap and said it.
And what gifts would you fancy, little maid?
She said,
I want to be your maiden always, never a woman, and I want many names in case I get bored with one. I want a bow and arrow too, but silver, not gold. I want an embroidered deerskin tunic short enough to run in. I need 50 ocean nymphs to sing for me and 20 wood nymphs to hunt for me. And I want a pack of hounds, please, fierce, swift ones. I want the mountains for my special places in one city. One will be enough. I don't like cities.
She reached up and played with his beard and smiled at him.
Yes, may I have all these things? May I?
For a child like you, it is worthwhile braving Hera's wrath once in a while. You shall have more than you ask for. You shall have the gift of eternal chastity, and also the gift of changing your mind about it at any time, which will help you not to want to. And finally, the greatest gift of all, You shall go out and choose your own gifts, so that they will have a special value.
Kissed him and whispered her thanks into his ear, and then went running off to choose her gifts. She went into the woods, into the river, and to the ocean stream, and selected the most beautiful nymphs for her court.
Who are you? Why are you here?
I am Artemis, daughter of Zeus. I have come to choose nymphs for my court.
I would love to be one of your nymphs. Let me lead you to the others. Amy, who have you brought into our forest? This is Artemis, daughter of Zeus. She would like us to join her court.
How many?
My father has promised me 70 nymphs.
Very well. Choose carefully. Some may not be faithful.
Yes, some may turn on you if you make a wrong choice.
Thank you, my nymphs.
She visited Hephaestus in his smoky smith inside mountain and said,
I've come for my bow. A silver one, please.
He said,
Silver is more difficult to work than gold. It needs cool light. It should be made underwater. You must go deep beneath the sea off the island of Lipara, where the Cyclopses are making a horse trough for Poseidon, who thinks of nothing but horses these days.
So Artemis and her nymphs swam underwater to where the Cyclops were hammering at a great trough. The nymphs were frightened at the sight of a huge one-eyed scowling brutes, and they hated the noise of the hammering. But Artemis jumped up on the forge and said,
I come with a message from Hephaestus. He bids you put aside this horse trough and make me a silver bow and a quiver of silver arrows, which will fill again as soon as it is empty. If you do this, I shall give you the first game I shoot.
The Cyclops, who were very greedy and tired of working on the horse trough, agreed. When they had finished her bow, she thanked them very prettily. But when their leader Brontos tried to take her on her knee, she tore a great handful of hair from his chest. He put her down quickly and went away cursing. Holding her silver bow, screaming with joy, "Woohoo!" She raced across the field and valley and hill, followed by her nymphs, who streamed after her with flashing knees and floating hair. She came to Arcadia, where Pan was feeding hounds.
O Pan, O little king of the wood, my favorite cousin, please give me some of your dogs. The best ones, please.
And what will you give me in return?
He said, looking at the nymphs.
Choose, but I should warn you, cousin, that they, like me, have taken an unbreakable vow of chastity.
Never mind. Keep them. What dogs do you fancy?
That one, and that one, and that one, and this one. I must have him, and him.
He gave her his 10 best dogs. 3 of them were huge black-white hounds, able to catch a live lion and drag it back to the hunter. Others were lean white deerhounds. Any one of them could outrun a stag. Artemis was wild to try out her new gifts. She sent her white hounds racing after 2 deers, binding them, bringing them back to the animals unharmed. She harnessed the deer to her silver chariot and drove away. She saw a tree which had been struck by lightning. It was still smoldering. She had her nymphs break pine branches and thrust them into cinders, for night was coming and she wanted the light to shoot by. She was too impatient to wait for dawn. This time she shot her silver bow. First she split a pine tree, then an olive tree. Then she shot a wild boar. Lastly she shot an arrow into the city of unjust men, and the arrow pierced all of them, never ceasing its flight. Seeing her ride over the mountains, wielding her silver bow, followed by the maidens and their torches, called her the goddess of the moon. She called her the maiden of the silver bow. Others called her lady of the wild things. She called her the huntress. Others simply the maiden. Though she had her laughs to kiss. Many names. She let no man approach her. Once a young man named Actagon glimpsed her bathing in a stream. She was so beautiful he could not bear to go away, but hid there watching.
Who are you? What are you doing here? You should know that you are not to enter this forest. Now you must die.
She saw him and immediately changed him into a stag. Then she whistled up her hounds, who tore him to pieces. She tried to impose the same rules upon her nymphs, which was difficult. Zeus himself seduced one of the most beautiful, named Amy.
What are you doing? She's taken a vow of chastity.
I gave them the power to choose, and she has clearly made her choice.
Her vow to me was unbreakable. How can you do this to me? I trusted you and all of my nymphs to keep that vow of chastity.
My lust for Zeus was more powerful than my vow.
You cannot be trusted again, Amy. For your disloyalty, you must be punished.
Miss learned this. She changed Amy into a bear and whistled to her dogs. They came leaping and howling and would have torn her to pieces too. But Zeus happened to have noticed what was going on. He caught Amy and set her upon among the stars, still in her bear shape, so Hera would not be suspicious. Once Artemis found her vow difficult to keep, but that is another story, the story of Oron, which comes later.
Ever close your eyes, ever Let the rain fall down everywhere around you. Give into it now. Let the day surround you. You don't need a reason. Let the rain go on and on.
O Pan, O little king of the wood, my favorite cousin, please give me some of your dogs, the best ones, please.
And what will you give me in return?
Miss me, I know you miss me, I know you miss me, but love.